when I come here and getting stuff worked on and everything, everything's just, top notch and whatnot. And why is that?
It's because I care, man. It's one of them things. You're in the truck, you're trying to make money, for yourself, for this company, I care about, what I do. I don't know if there's a lot of, people out there that, it's one of them things. They're just shotgunning parts at something, and they don't care about their job. It's something that I'm trying to think of the right thing to say. The way I was brought up, you did shit right the first time and you didn't do it again. It's one of them things I preach to the kids I coach. The little things matter. Doing shit right is, the way I do it. I do it with my kids at home. There's one way to do it and it's the right way, and I tell, when we're doing shit around here, you don't half-ass stuff. It's the right way is the only way to do it, because in the end, if your truck's down, you ain't making money, and if I get a bunch of breakdowns, in the end, they're going to find another guy. So why not do it right the first time? That's the way I see it. That's just how I'm different than everybody else. I guess
Seems like I've always noticed also, just with really anything, when try to cut corners or whatever.
Yeah.
And not do it the right way.
And it ends up costing you.
You end up having to do it the right way anyways.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you've had to do it again.
Yeah. It's like doing brakes. You don't do one wheel, you do both. You do stuff in pairs. And in the end, you're not chasing your tail at the end.
And I got a lot of that.
Yeah.
When I was, especially with that first mechanic I went to that was doing a thing, they changed one thing and
maybe it fixes it. I'm not that guy. I'm not going to go out and I'm not going to just shotgun parts at a truck. In 15 years, I had tons of guys that I worked with where they're just ordering parts. It was the problem on the first, at where I worked at, on the school buses, we had 460 plus buses. And if it went wrong on the first bus, and the next bus came in and it was somewhat close to the same issue, they just ordered a part and threw it on it. And in the end, all that does is cost the company, it costs the driver downtime. And I'm not that guy. I want to do it right the first time, to where in the end, the company's not losing money by throwing, 10 parts at it before you fix it. You don't end up learning anything. I give a shit about what I'm doing in the end. And, in the end, me and Corey talked about, how much the repair costs has went down. They were spending, $30,000 a month on repair costs, and they're probably down to, just the basic maintenance, and a random breakdown. That's, wear parts, in the end, like we had a heater core go bad yesterday. I'm not God. I can't stop a heater core from going bad.
Right.
That's shit that just happens. In the end, I give a shit. That's how I can say. So. Until next time, remember, get the shit out of your engine.